Let's go.
DeOrganized media keeps the mind share. Growing in the morning with peace and GP. Keep you knowing the alpha keeps flowing. The hunters tools they be showing. The AI gale keeps them in clips that be glowing. Consistent on the daily, they bring Bitcoin news. Ethereum, Solana, and stacks and other L2s. Showcasing new projects and giving you clues. Just do your own research and don't give us abuse. When the people are informed, peace brings on the chat. Spotlighting guests and filling up your bags. The flag doesn't matter as long as you grab. Take the gold mic and let us know where you stack. From the underworld, the game master arrives, bringing the games that satisfy the hive. Hunters come running, it keeps them alive. Scouring the planet for the treasures inside. Stacks improvement takes a sip, innovating the chain. Letting the community know is the name of the game. Spreading awareness and helping explain why Stacks is where it's at. We are pumping the name. Stacks, where it's at. Fast transactions are fat. Where it's at. The leading L2 is making maxes look back. DeOrganized media keeps the mind share. Growing in the morning with peace and GP. Keep you knowing the alpha keeps flowing. The hunters tools they be showing. The AI gale keeps them in clips that be glowing. Consistent on the daily, they bring Bitcoin news. Ethereum, Solana, and stacks and other L2s.
Good morning, my friends. It's your old pal Peace Love Music getting the DeOrganized daily live stream started for this glorious Friday morning. It's Friday. We made it to the end of the week. It is Stacks Improvement and Community Innovation Friday. We have the Stacks Improvement call at 10:30 with Hero and Hattie. We will have the Whatever Morning Stars. Apologize for my lateness. It's about 20 minutes to 8 now. We'll have the Whatever Morning space at 8 a.m. with Binta, GPSC, 300, and the DeOrganized Good Vibe Tribe. Get your vibes going. At 8:30, we'll have the news show live at 8:30. And the Whatever Morning, the Let's Go Good Morning show with the Chads starting at 9 a.m. Find2Earn rounds at 9:30. Lots going on in the ecosystem today. Lots to cover. Also, just reminding everybody, we are giving away 200 STX for the month of January. And to participate in that, all you have to do is go to the pin post. I already pinned this live broadcast that we just launched on the DeOrganized account. It's DeOrganized BTC or at DeOrganized BTC. You just got to go and answer the question. Today's question: what's your favorite? Oh, I messed that up. Hold on a second. What is your favorite? I missed that one. Somehow I messed up this. Hold on. I think I did. I'm not sure what I did here. There we go. All right. That's what I did. All right. What feature or application do you want most to see built on Stacks and why? Oh man, I really messed that one up. Hold on. Let me make that again. What feature or application do you most want to see built next on Stacks and why? Go answer in the comments, and that gets you your entry. You get double entries for Friday. So today's entries count twice. You can enter once daily. The top entrant will win a share of that automatically. The top 3 will actually get some share of that. One random winner will get 100 STX. All it takes is one entry to win. And you could be that one. You get 2 entries today. So get in and get on it. We're going to leave you with yesterday's morning show. I think that might be a good option there, just to kind of keep things on as what we generally do around here when we're not here generally doing them live. We'll see how it goes. Happy Friday, and we'll catch you all on the streams throughout the day. Peace out. When the people are informed, peace brings on the chat, spotlighting guests and filling up your flowing and hunters tools they be showing. The AI guild keeps them in clips that be glowing. Consistent on the daily, they bring Bitcoin news. Ethereum, Solana, and stacks another L2. Showcasing new projects and giving you clues. Just do your own research and don't give us abuse. When the people are informed, peace brings on the chat, spotlighting guests and filling up your bag. The flag doesn't matter as long as you grab. Take the gold mic and let us know where you stack. From the underworld, the
game master arrives, bringing the game to satisfy the hive. Hunters come running, it keeps them alive, scouring the planet for the treasures inside. Stacks improvement takes a sip, innovate in the chain. Letting the community know is the name of the game. Spreading awareness and helping explain why Stacks is where it's at. We are pumping the name. Stacks is where it's at. Fast transactions are flat. The leading L2 is making maxis look bad. Stacks is where it's at. Fast transactions are flat. The leading L2 is making maxis look bad.
Every post is a signal. Give it fuel. Boost eggs, the social value layer.
Let's go.
DeOrganized media keeps the mind share growing in the morning with peace and GP.
Love it when the music
The
works.
alpha keeps flowing, the hunters tools they be showing. The AI gale keeps them in clips that be glowing. Consistent on the daily, they bring Bitcoin news, Ethereum, Solana, and Stacks and other L2s. Showcasing new projects and giving you clues. Just do your own research and don't give us abuse. When the people are informed, peace brings on the chat. Spotlighting guests and filling up your bags. The flag doesn't matter as long as you grab. Take the gold mic and let us know where you stack. From the underworld, the game master arrives, bringing the games that satisfy the
Good morning, my friends. It's your old pal Peace Love Music with another episode of the Let's Go Good Morning Show, brought to you live by DeOrganized Media, in partnership with our amazing friends at Bitcoin Live Decentralized Broadcasting. It is Thursday morning, 22nd of January. Crazy how time's passing. It becomes more apparent when you actually read the news out daily and quote the date. Just it's like every day it's still like that was fast. Crazy, just crazy how things are going, how things run. Markets caught a relief bounce as tariff fears eased. Institutions pushed crypto ETFs and stable coins further into the mainstream. Corporations add Bitcoin to their balance sheets, and scrutiny intensified around AI transparency. That's what we'll be covering in the news today. I do want to remind everybody again, everything gets whipped up and people tribalize and they pick sides, and then they justify any kind of thing they do from, well, I'm representing the good side, so I can just do whatever I want and it's good. And that's not how things actually work. You don't pick a side and then do whatever and then you're morally good. That's not actually a moral position. A moral position is doing what's right regardless of what everyone else around you thinks. You're not supposed to seek approval of your actions from a tribe, any tribe. You're supposed to provide value to your tribe, create your tribe. We're constantly building our tribe. But doing bad things in the name of your tribe doesn't make you a good person, even if you think that is the right thing to do. If it's a bad thing, it's a bad thing. So focus on doing good, not getting in a mic drop to support your tribe. That's the takeaway this morning. Friendly reminder, this is a news show. We're providing news and information, some education, some entertainment. I say hopefully, but I know that this is entertaining, like goofy and silly and fun. Some people enjoy that, and I do. I love hanging out with the Chads, and we would love more if you guys, we have a lot of close-knit people in the community. Anyone that ever wants to jump in and chat with us, this is an open community. We would love for you guys to join in, chat with me, GP, Hunna, and whoever else joins us. We have a bunch of people that do from time to time. But don't be shy. We're inclusive. So we would love to have you. And we're always looking to have more people to express and broaden our horizons and get more perspective out to our community. That's what we're here for, to let people know about what's going on and see things from a different way. And then hopefully grow together. That's what we're here for. Let's take a look at the numbers. Again, not financial advice. Always do your own research. Never invest money you cannot afford to lose. I am not a financial advisor. I'm not qualified to give you financial advice. But I will talk about it. Let's see what we got here. All right. This isn't the end of the world. A lot of you guys thought it was the other day. Oh, we're back under 90. End of the world. No, I'm just kidding. It's 89,588, under $3,000 for Ethereum. We are back up a little bit of green, but it's not as green as it was about 20 minutes ago. So we are down slightly from where we were when I looked at it last. It's mostly flat, slightly green. Canton, man. I don't know what Canton is. I don't have the time to find out. I suspect eventually it's going to rug, because that's what I expect all tokens that I don't know about that are making runs like that to do. But yeah, seems to be have some staying power. Stacks up just under 32 cents, up from went down to as low as 2999.2999 is what I saw for Stacks. So I think it'll actually rebound from there. And it does look like we got at least a little bit of a bump up like almost 5%. Our top three gainers for the last 24 hours are Canton, Sandbox making a little bit of run. That's interesting. And that's an old like virtual reality world, meta world play. Interesting. Before Meta actually stole the term for Facebook. And Lighter's Lit, again, making it a little bit of run. Render, that's nice. IMX, like to see these guys moving up. Some of these older, smaller bag holdings of mine, actually. I have a very small amount of IMX, small amount of Render. I don't think I have any Sandbox anymore, any Sand. And I definitely don't have any CC. I don't think I have any Arrow. I have no Pump. I would never touch that with a 10-foot pole these days. If somebody wants to, they absolutely can, though. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the news. Actually, you know what? Before I take a look at the news, let's jump into Tonero. Tonero is a great place to go if you're looking to do research on stacks and other Bitcoin L2 tokens. They have a lot of information. Formerly, Leo down 25%. Somebody took some profits. Interesting. Been a lot of chatter about Leo. And by the way, I was not the one that took profits, just in case anyone was wondering. It was not me. I hold Leo long term, and proud of that. But looks like a lot of green on here. Otherwise, pretty much everything in stack is slightly green to pretty green. Flat Earth making a nice move. Satoshi AI with a little bump. Stacks at STSDX going up. We like it. Not a bad day for the ecosystem. All right. Now we will check out the news. Bitcoin prices are recovering, or are they, as gold retreats because a surprise framework deal just killed the tariff threat. The framework deal killed the tariff threat. Bitcoin prices moved higher today after a surprise international framework agreement.
find the right one. Yeah, all right. Eased near-term tariff concerns triggering a broader risk-on response across markets. Capital rotated out of the traditional safe havens like gold and back into risk assets, helping Bitcoin rebound toward the $90,000 level. The move highlights how closely crypto markets remain tied to global macro headlines. In recent weeks, tariff rhetoric and trade uncertainty had weighed on sentiment, contributing to defensive positioning and lower risk tolerance. Today's shift helped unwind some of that pressure, leading to short liquidations and renewed buying interest. Despite the bounce, sentiment remains cautious rather than euphoric. Fair indicators are still elevated, suggesting this move looks more like a relief than a confirmed breakout. Sustained upside will likely depend on continued macro stability and follow-through from institutional flows rather than headlines alone. So pay attention to the headlines and the institutional flows, watch the ETFs, and see what actually is happening behind the scenes on the international side. This was about saber rattling and trade saber rattling. So we're not worried. The world will still turn, my friends. Thailand plans crypto ETF rules as institutional interest increases. So Thailand doesn't think the world's about to end, and they're looking to put together some framework for crypto ETFs. Thailand is moving closer to establishing clearer rules for crypto exchange-traded funds, signaling growing institutional acceptance of digital assets. Regulators appear focused on creating structured, compliant access rather than limiting participation outright. Crypto ETFs offer institutions a familiar way to gain exposure without directly handling custody or on-chain infrastructure, while giving regulators greater oversight in response and reporting visibility. This approach reflects a broader regional trend toward integration rather than resistance. While timelines and final details remain uncertain, the direction is notable. Regulatory clarity has historically unlocked participation from asset managers and funds that require compliant investment vehicles in a fragile but improving market environment. Developments like this reinforce the longer-term institutional thesis for crypto, even if near-term price action remains volatile. My takeaway is this actually signals institutional adoption. The rest is fleeting. What consistently has been the case for the last year plus is that institutions, companies, financial establishments, and governments are adopting crypto and Bitcoin. That's continuing regardless of what else is going on in the headlines. Steak and Shake adds $10 million in Bitcoin to the corporate treasury. Still happening. Steak and Shake disclosed a $10 million Bitcoin purchase as part of its corporate treasury strategy, adding to the growing list of companies holding BTC on their balance sheets. While smaller than allocations made by major public firms, the move is notable because it comes from a consumer-facing brand outside the tech or finance sectors. The decision reflects Bitcoin's evolving role as a long-term strategic asset rather than a purely speculative trade. Corporate treasury allocations are typically made with long-time horizons and risk committees involved, signaling confidence in Bitcoin's durability. Incremental adoption by recognizable brands helps normalize Bitcoin's presence in mainstream financial strategy. While not every company will follow suit, each new entrant strengthens the narrative of BTC as a legitimate reserve asset across industries. People want it. More people are going to want it over time. That's the truth. So I messed up my... All right, there we go. I want to make sure I got Helen Partz and Brian O'Shea, their byline for this article that I used for our report today. This one is on Cointelegraph. Totally absurd. Quote, totally absurd. Circle CEO rejects bank run fears over stablecoin yields. Stablecoins were in focus at the World Economic Forum in Davos, where the CEO of Circle pushed back against claims that yield-bearing stablecoins could trigger bank-run dynamics. The argument centered on transparency and structure, noting that fully reserved on-chain stablecoins differ fundamentally from traditional fractional reserve banking. According to Circle, real-time reserve visibility and direct redemption reduce the opacity that often fuels banking crises. I'm going to say that again. According to Circle, real-time reserve visibility and direct redemption reduce the opacity that often fuels banking crises. Yield in this model is framed as asset-based rather than leverage-driven. The debate comes as regulators weigh how stablecoins should fit into financial systems, with stablecoins now systemically relevant. Discussions around yield, risk, and oversight are increasingly shaping future regulatory frameworks. The slam dunk here is real-time reserve visibility and direct redemption reduces the opacity that often fuels banking crises. This is the inevitable actual fundamental reason we want to support stablecoins. I know people look at it as a control mechanism, but it goes both ways. And that's why there's opposition to it. Most of the opposition isn't about it being used to control you. They already have digital means to do that. They already have a digital dollar. The dollar is a digital currency now. It's controlled centrally by them. This takes away some of that control and some of the ability to obscure what they're doing with the dollar. This is better for people, most people. AI hiring firm Eightfold sued over alleged secret scoring of job applicants. I don't quite understand. AI hiring firm Eightfold is facing a lawsuit over allegations that it secretly scored job applicants, raising broader concerns about transparency and accountability in automated decision-making systems. As AI tools scale across hiring and other high-impact use cases, scrutiny around how decisions are made is intensifying. An issue is whether applicants were adequately informed about how AI evaluated their profiles and whether those systems introduced hidden bias. Critics argue that opaque black box algorithms can influence real-world outcomes without meaningful oversight. The case reflects a growing push for clearer governance standards around AI. As adoption accelerates, companies may face increasing legal and reputational risk if transparency and explainability fail to keep pace with deployment. So I don't see a reason why they shouldn't be scoring applicants. That seems to be the whole purpose of an AI hiring, is that it would score the applicants so that the best applicants get presented to the hiring manager so that they can make a decision, and it abstracts some of that decision making from them. I don't understand what the hidden bias that they're actually concerned about, other than that they just can't check to make sure. This seems, I mean, I can see that there could be some kind of oversight if it was all put on the blockchain. But I also, there's some information that can't be on there, that can't be tied to candidates, that shouldn't be tied to, some of that personal information needs to remain personal. So I'm not sure what, unless we've actually shown that there is a problem, all we're worried about is that we can't look over their shoulder and see what they're doing. And is somebody really worried about, what's the bias that's being actually accused here? Or is it just a general concern? I don't know. Anyway, that's my opinion on it. That is the last news story for the day. Let me actually, real quick, Just want to remind everybody that BitFlow is the place to go if you're looking to trade stacks, STX, USDC, BTC, SBTC, runes, USDCX, USDH, HBTC maybe coming soon. Who knows? Anything you can trade on stacks on Bitcoin, you can trade on BitFlow, and you're going to get the best swap rates because they aggregate the best prices across the ecosystem. Stacks is where it's at, and BitFlow has you covered when you're looking to trade on stacks and in Bitcoin. That's bitflow.finance. Check them out today. Let me bring on the homies. GP.
Good morning, Peace. Happy
Good
Thursday,
morning, brother. Happy Thursday. Look, we got all right. How you doing today, man?
Doing good. Feeling blessed. It's a good start to the day, man. Just handling the business. You know how it goes.
I do. We got 300 and 300. How you doing today, brother? Somebody taking a minute.
3.
What's good? What's happening?
What's up?
What's
How you
happening,
doing?
GP? What's happening? Peace, love. What's happening, crypto, dude?
We have an old friend in the house. We
What
got
up?
Crypto dude. What's happening, man? How you been?
All right. Well,
I know
better
these guys
now.
see you all the time because you guys are like a death squad walking around Arc Raiders all the time. But I don't.
Yeah, we getting down
I
on
don't
our
get into
critters.
that.
I've been taking a break on it the last a little bit. Playing it too much.
The GMFL, man.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been lots of fun.
Love it. What are you
Yeah,
cranking on?
I am hammering on Boost X, of course. You know, adding features on the regular. We've entered version 3 plus. You know, and recently we added some integration with Zero Authority. You know, Zero Authority bounties on space drops. You can basically copy the Zero Authority bounty URL and add it as add it to the list of recipients basically, and you can space drop everybody that's been a submitter to a bounty. It'll automatically add them to the list. But the most recent thing I've been hammering on is this boost timeline right here on the main timeline on X. So basically we've now got the activity feed basically of Boost X right here on X. So let me
Hold on. Am I missing something?
let me share. I'll share.
I might not have seen this.
No, this is real new.
Okay, I definitely haven't seen it then.
No, you haven't seen this yet. Hold up. Let me share my screen here.
Let's go.
Let me change this view here. All right. So as you can see, Boost X, disconnect. You know, we got the leaderboard baked in here. Now that's new too as well. So we can, if you update your BNS zone file, you can have a little bit more customization of what's presented here for all those leaders, FYI. But right here is what I'm talking about, the Boost tab, the Boost timeline. So we click this. It's going to load the Boost activity. Now we got some emoji decoding we need to put in there still, but you can get an idea of what's happening now. We are able to see the activity of the boosts. So like you can see these are Find2Earn for the recent Find2Earn from yesterday. We can hit view post. Bring us into the post that was boosted. Bring us back to home.
That's fire, dude.
It might be a little bit unstable at the moment still. Yeah, I need to probably wait for loads here.
So Boost X becomes like got its own little timeline. You can go and look at the different posts that are getting boosted.
Yeah, it's gonna be still probably another day or so before I push this live. It's still a little bit unstable, but you can get an idea of what's kind of coming down the pike. We're we're trying to give a timeline of content exposure. It's not subject to the centralized algorithm of X, and Grok. We can basically do it based on on-chain activity, right? We can actually use the signal that is people putting skin in the game to boost an actual tweet. We can use that to surface the discovery of that content, right? So pretty excited about this.
Awesome. Do I need to update my app, or is it automatically updated? As I think I have.
If you have yours set to automatically update, it will automatically update once I push, but this is not yet available. There's some features that are available, like this update here. That's at like 3.0. This is in like 3.3. So like still in the next couple days before you'll be able to see this timeline, this boost timeline. But I'm trying to give people a little preview. Make sure people know we're still hammering. We haven't been sleeping, just playing freaking arc raiders. But
yeah, no, this is looking great.
Well, I was gonna say I didn't think that you guys were sleeping and just playing arc raiders, but now that you mention it, I guess I couldn't be entirely sure.
I mean, we've been playing arc raiders, don't get me wrong, it's been fun, but we've been hammering on a lot of fronts. We've been hammering on boost DEX, we've been hammering on stacks pots.
Cryptonauts.
Cryptonauts obviously too. Let me pull up stacks pods here.
I gotta get in the test net on StackSpots too. I'm behind on that.
So let me switch to test net here.
I got into the Discord and that was it.
So hold on 1 second.
This is super cool, dude.
Yeah, dude. We have been cooking on a lot of fronts. So Cryptonauts, obviously, GameFi, huge unlock there. Stacks pots we're super proud of as well. This is basically a way to have more fun stacking as a community. So let me change my network here just to. And we can technically do this on mainnet, I guess. Actually, now that I think about it, what am I doing? We just enable this on mainnet, or actually I gotta have leather. Hold on.
It's on mainnet now.
There is one pot on mainnet. Yeah.
Oh, dope.
We're like testing the waters, getting that foot in there. Or actually, you know what I'll do? I'll just do it on testnet here. Actually, give me 1 second. I gotta disable and enable.
You gotta handle the business. Yeah, big shout out to Crypto Smith, man. Been hammering.
100.
Actually, you guys can pull this up too. Just go to stackspot.app.
I'm on that right
let's
now.
actually have you do it. You know what I'm saying? It'll be better because I've already deposited into the thing, so it's kind of gonna be like limited. You're gonna be limited on what you're gonna be able to see from my point of view.
I'm also already like stacked in the so let's see Peace do it live.
I'm not yet. I've been stacks pot slacking. Pot over here.
Slackspot.btc.
Oh, Slack spot, bro.
Beat me to it. Don't beat me to it. I own SlackSpot. I have to. Because
I'll get it for you.
So you'll want to use leather.
there we go.
Yeah. And the pot might have already started on the mainnet one.
It's under
main. Yeah, it is. Okay, go to testnet. Hit log out, and then it's the red button right there, and then change your wallet setting and that drop down setting. So go to your wallet settings, network config too.
All right, so I'm in my wallet, change network, testnet. Doesn't matter which one, 4, 3, 2, whatever.
No.
Nah.
Connecting. All right. So whose is the best one?
Let me.
I think I have
on there. So can you move us to the right, GP? on the screen share, so we can actually see the
this
cards.
button right over
So you
here.
can see what we're doing.
Yeah, it's
Push
not
it to the
perfect.
forefront. Boom, boom,
Okay,
boom,
I guess
boom.
yeah, the pots are kind of already in progress, so you kind of don't really get to see the full swing of things here, but we can walk it through kind of like from a visual point of view. First off, the thing you want to notice is that the pot yield distribution box up there in the top right breaks it down. Winner gets 90%, starter gets 2%, creator gets 5%, closer gets 2%, platform gets 1%. So that's the yield distribution for each pot.
Is this static, or can the creator adjust this?
No, this is the configuration of the pots that are jackpot types. So this is, that is something we thought about, and that may be something we implement in the future, but we're trying to just build out the primitive more than anything, right? And then, expand the feature set from there. So the main thing here is basically we've already kind of joined the pot. Basically what a user does is, they'll create a pot. They'll basically set, essentially the parameters of the pot. People will then come join the pot with the minimum amount. Right?
So what happens if I click start pot?
You can go ahead and do that. It's just going to prompt you to call the start function. That's probably old, actually, because some of these are out of sync with the UI a little bit.
So it's telling me it's gonna transfer 50 STX, which is, it's just a test transaction, so I don't care. But that's what it's supposed to do?
Yeah, it's so when you're basically starting the pot, you're basically saying that you're from the pot's point of view, you're stacking what's in there. That's what starting means. You're basically starting the stacking protocol. So yeah, there's probably going to be a little bit of bugginess with a couple of this. So I just wanted to show you guys the UI mainly and how this will flow. User will create, pot. There's going to be a button up there at the top next to the little globe. They'll create a pot. They'll set the parameters of the pot, which is, essentially how many seats, aka how many entries, and then what the minimum amount is per, and then those combined equals essentially the target, amount basically. Once basically the users join the pot, somebody will come along and start the pot, and then that essentially locks the funds in the pot into the stacking protocol via Fastpool. Right.
So the pot gets, all right. So I'm a user. I want to join. I want to participate. I want to put my STX in there so I get a chance at the rewards.
Yeah, we'll just basically join pot.
I'll click join pot.
Type in a number, like type in on that, type in 50.
Okay.
And then hit join pot.
I see now.
No, this might. Yeah, I was gonna say this might be a little. This might be a little buggy. So
these names of these pots.
Yeah. So basically, at this point, you've entered the pot. You have a seat in the pot. You have even odds to however many entries there are. So currently there is 2 entries. So you have a 50% odd to win the pot. Now, if you had 100 people in the pot and they all hit the minimum entry, and you won, you're effectively hitting 90x the yield you would have yielded if you had just solo stacked otherwise. So 90x yield opportunity plus 3, if you're the creator, you're getting 5% of the yield. If you're the starter and the closer, you're getting 5% or 2% of the yield each. So
the starter is the first person that puts the
first person to click that start button, basically.
All right. So now, because there's 2 people in there, we could start this pot. Is that accurate?
Technically, no. On this one, it's still not really. The UI is a little this pot is like kind of based on the old version, and the DUI right now is based on the newer version, so it's a little bit wonky. But basically, you'll have to hit the threshold. They'll have to hit basically the threshold to start the pot, and it's kind of a little bit of a watch it. Maybe do your join pot right at the last second, so that way you can then hit start pot right there, right after it, or maybe wait till it's right at the thing and just try and time it. So there's a little bit of competition there in the starting and the closing, for sure. But,
so.
To ensure that the process completes.
The pot isn't tied to cycle times.
No, it is. When you start the pot, that's locking the funds in that pot into the fast pool, and then that's for one cycle. And then after that cycle completes, the yield is basically returned to the pot and distributed to the randomly selected winner of the participants of the pot.
And that pot stays as a pot, and then someone can come along and start it again.
In terms of reusability, is that what you're asking?
So once all right. So I create. Let's start from the beginning. I create a pot. Mm-hmm. I'm a creator.
Your funds are returned if you don't win the pot, what you put in.
Right. You're not risking the funds you're putting in. You're just risking your yield.
Exactly.
For stacking. So, but as a creator, I create a pot, and I might want to maybe promote that pot to get participation as the creator, and that's why I'm earning maybe some fees from the pot because I created it and I have some responsibility there. That's my incentive for even creating the pot and getting participation. I'm going to sell as the creator. I'm going to tell people that they have an opportunity to 9x their yield.
Not 90x, 90. Not just 90, because you're getting 90% of the yield, and it's an equal opportunity on odds. It's not a weight-based.
Well, it depends.
Odds.
I guess it actually depends on how many people are in there.
Yeah, assuming that's a full 100 users per pot.
Right. So if you have 100 users in a pot, right? All right. Yeah. So is that the typical number of entries? 100?
Not really. I mean, we're stupid early on this. This is stupid.
No, I meant usual. I really meant is that like the target or the goal?
Yeah, target. Yeah.
And so. And that
is more than that if we want.
So this here it says 3 out of 50. This here it says 2 out of 100. That's the seats for that, or the
exactly.
Okay, so I set that as the creator.
No, I would like to point out that where it says lowest odds on the one that says for the King's pot, that actually should say 1 out of 52% because it's a max of 50 entries. So there's a slight. This is what I was talking about, the version differences.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. This should actually be a 1 in 50% chance, not a 1 in 100% chance. Or not a 1 out of 50, not
exactly a 2% chance for your lowest odds. Right. Because if the pot the entries of the pot, are fully maxed out, there's 50 people in there, then you have at worst case scenario 2% chance, because this is not weight-based odds, and you can put in more than the minimum amount, so people can basically make the yield greater than just the multiplicative of the minimum entry times the entries.
And so this would be more or less a 45x on your expected yield.
Yeah,
you win this pot and it's full,
basically. Yeah.
But I can actually start the pot at any time before it's full.
No, I mean on this technically possibly, yeah, but the intended design is to have it reach a certain threshold or
that's when the button
reach
pops
a certain timing we wanted to kind of hit, be able to hit start pot if it hits the entries max, or allow the user to hit start pot if the the window for the cycle entries is starting to close, and you want it to enter into the immediate cycle.
But the logic will probably have it be like you have to have a certain percentage threshold of the maximum number of seats to make it. So you can't do it at 3, but maybe you can do it at 26.
Exactly.
Something.
Yeah, that's just I guess you'd say the threshold logic. That's still kind of it depends on the intent of the pot, whether or not it's one cycle or whether or not it's going to be more than one cycle. Because if you're going to have it more than one cycle, then you got to think about, okay, well, let's make sure that thing gets full so that it's maximum, so you can afford to wait, probably one cycle if it means you're going to actually fill out your seats 100% versus 50% if you're shooting for a big pot, so there's a I guess you'd say most definitely some clarity that needs to be probably resolved there, but it's well along the way. I mean, that's just more or less like when do we want to expose this button?
But I think I understand how it's supposed to function. No, I do like it. And again, just from the creator perspective, so I would be back to the on
the creator perspective. Yes, you would be getting 5% of the yield no matter who won, right? And also on the creators, that's in the terms of a jackpot type. On the creator perspective, we also have plans for another type, which is a crowdfunding type of pot where the winner is predefined. It's not randomly selected based on
more of a fundraiser.
Exactly. So that way everybody can come together and stack behind an idea.
That's a great idea. I wonder who.
Yeah, that's what actually this has been one of the core primitives that we've been.
I love it. Yeah, it's great.
To also integrate with BoostX down the road for taking basically BoostX to the next level, where we're going to be able to leverage the coordination and power of a social network with crowdfunding possibilities of the blockchain, right?
When will I be able to, speaking of BoostX, when will I be able to send a boost to everybody that's tuned into the live stream?
Everybody that's tuned into the live stream, like
that has a BNS name.
It's like chatting in the chat.
Nope, they're just tuned in, watching it on X.
We should definitely
being able to discover that.
And like that
it's
way,
all about being able to discover the viewer data, like who the viewers are, right? From you're talking about sending as a
space drop, but instead of attending a space, they're actually tuned into the live stream.
I get what you mean, but that data has to be presented somewhere,
right?
It has to be either provided via an API, which we just seen what Twitter did to the API holders for a bunch of InfoFi projects. They just all got freaking rugged. Kaido and Cookie DAO and all those guys, they just got rugged because Twitter yoinked their freaking API keys that they were paying premiums for. So
because it was causing spam on the network. They were encouraging people to
I get why they did it.
No value.
I totally get why they did it. I mean, that's one of the reasons why we have a pay to use model with BoostX, because we don't want to encourage spam. We want to encourage high quality content. We want to service high quality ideas.
Right. Well, that's the thing,
based on value.
Right. And or engagement in a way that is valuable. Well, like a space drop is for attendance to a space, which is valuable. So you can drop it to everybody. And that would be the same thing where if I could do something where daily.
Well, we could in theory potentially do something where it's monitoring the real time chat that's going on with people that are watching the broadcast. Have everybody do a thumbs up or some sort of emoji or something like that you're monitoring for a I guess you'd say a narrow scope of time. Like do a thumbs up in the chat, and then everybody does thumbs up in the chat. If they have a BNS name, it detects it, and then temporarily caches the name to memory, and then it compiles that into effectively a space drop. So it's all about being able to discover the users' names, the BNS names. That way we can translate those into the payment addresses, and compile the transaction basically.
So
It's
is
pretty
there,
cool
because
engagement.
it tracks, I know X is tracking views of the live stream and who's watching. I don't know exactly how or where, if that's sourceable information.
It's sourceable two ways. It's sourceable either via the client DOM of the sender or via an API. And the API is subject to keys being revoked by the API service provider. And so because Twitter's timeline's not an open graph, we can't reproduce the data in a public manner to have competitive nature with that API. If Twitter was really honest about what they're, oh, we just made our API open source and blah, blah, blah. No, if they were really honest and in their take about trying to make it fair and transparent and yada, 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 they'd make it to where anybody could reproduce and host the API that their network is based on. Basically, they would operate in a truly transformative manner where